Good morning. It is great to communicate with our alumni body and to stay in touch. I thought I would give you just a few updates about the school. First and foremost, I want to say that the community seems to be very much intact. Sad about not being on the campus, but still very supportive of the school and strong, I think, in all respects. We have been in this remote learning period for about 6 weeks. And there have been some good dimensions to this platform and obviously some challenges. And finally, probably some learning experiences that will be beneficial to the school in the long term. What's been, I think, positive about the remote learning is that through the Google platform or through Zoom meetings or other virtual connections, our faculty has stayed in touch with our students in effective ways, and both the students and faculty have been good players in terms of making this a very positive experience. I think from the outside world perspective, it has offered a good insight into the kind of care and ways in which the faculty know and deal with the students. Probably we're underestimated in some respects, I think, in the ways in which the teachers are so engaged and part of the students' lives. They meet regularly with advisees, they meet with programs and teams, and I think that this dimension has allowed a bigger glimpse into the operation of the school. Obviously, remote learning is a much more informal platform, and so you have to be, I think, engaged in a different way. But it also offers the students a way to kind of control the narrative of learning and teaching. And I think that kind of independence will make a difference for students in the long term, and I think the school will learn a great deal from this avenue of connection. Our debate program has continued to compete in the midst of the virus, and they've done that virtually. And the Tournament of Champions, which is the most prestigious tournament of the year, was held recently, and our top team of Aiden Barton and Sam Meacham won that tournament and were declared the national champions. So we're very proud of that program, just as we are thankful for the ways in which students have and faculty have worked on service programs virtually over the last month. And a number of alumni have sent in messages about their own interest in service, and that has also meant a great deal to the school. We've tried to do a lot of events virtually, like our assemblies, a retirement program that we will hold next Monday, May 4th, for Mr. Malcolm Morrison and Mr. David Norton. We hope many of you will tune in to celebrate them and also let them know how much you appreciate them through an email or a call for their service to the school. Most of all, we've felt sad for our seniors who have missed their final quarter at MBA, the chance to shine in programs, teams, in the classroom, to cement in a final way their relationships with their fellow classmates and the teachers. But we've tried to stay in touch with them and to profile them. And of course, we are hoping to have some graduation program that will be meaningful and a really positive end to their journey at MBA. Our other interest is making sure that we can start back up this summer and fall, and I hope to have some updates on those steps in the next week or two. And of course, we'll send out some information to our alumni about that plan. Finally, I would love for you to drive by the campus. The work continues on the Wellness Center. 250 workers are there on campus daily. We've not lost a step in terms of the deadlines and plan to finish that building in December of 2020. We want to hear from all of you. We've enjoyed profiling alumni who've been at the front lines of the coronavirus, but we simply want to stay in touch and thank all of you for your support. I look forward to updating you soon about MBA.
Good morning. I'm Tim Boyd, and I'm the Academic Dean here at MBA, and I wanted to just reflect a little bit and share a few thoughts with you about what the process of remote learning has been like for the academic side of MBA life. And to a large extent, it's been something of a forced improvisation for both students and faculty alike, having to adapt to a new situation. But in that regard, we're kind of fortunate that it's taken place in 2020, where we do have the technology available to be able to offer and implement a kind of virtual school day. And although I'm sure there were several among the student body who weren't initially thrilled to learn that their teachers would be able to see them every day and give them assignments and continue to grade their work, I feel that over time, most of them have come to recognize there is some value to having a structure and purpose to the day in times like this. And I know that all of them have appreciated the sense of connectedness you get from being able to interact with your classmates and your teachers on a regular basis. And I've noticed this in my own class. In the first week of remote learning, I gave an assignment where the choice was either to fill out a brief worksheet or to come to an online class discussion. And you only had to do one or the other, and several students did both. So they turned in the worksheet and still came to the class discussion and logged into it. And I asked afterwards why they had chosen to do both. And they said, well, they just enjoyed being able to talk to the others in the class, and they wanted to feel like they were still part of that group. So while we miss being around each other and the general feeling of being on campus together, there have been some silver linings to this process. I think teachers have developed some creative new assignments that they will bring back with them to campus when we are back on the Hill. And students have also developed new digital skills and developed some study habits when they've been more responsible for doing their own learning. And that might help them cope also with some challenges later in life. And in a strange way, perhaps, there's an additional silver lining here, or some value that's being generated for getting ready for what college itself is like, where class sessions are going to be less frequent, where getting your work done is going to depend much more on your own initiative and self-discipline, and being able to function without someone looking over your shoulder most of the day. So although we all want to be back at MBA as soon as we can, there have been several things of value to come out of this experience, and our hope is that we will hold on to those even once things get back to normal. So I also hope that you are all doing well. We always look forward to hearing from all the alumni, and hopefully we also will get a chance to see you back on campus very soon.
Good morning. I'm Robert Sawyer, Dean of the High School here at MBA. I wanted to tell you about a few of the things that have been going on in student life at the school during this time of remote learning. As you might imagine, it's been a priority for us to recoup as much of the school community as possible during these unusual times. Students have been invited to participate in virtual lunch tables, which are informal opportunities for them to eat lunch together via Zoom call, check in with their friends. Similarly, we've organized several student video game tournaments for the boys to see each other, enjoy some camaraderie. We recently concluded our student elections for the year via remote ballot, and congratulations among the other officers to Daniel Gall, who was elected as our student body president. Although these are trying times, I also think they're times to which MBA students are particularly well suited. The characteristics of resilience, discipline, flexibility, hard work, and resourcefulness, the same characteristics that lead to success after MBA, are the characteristics that have led our students to respond so well to this situation. You may notice I'm wearing a coat and tie. I do so as a reminder to myself to change as little as possible, to keep working hard, to keep solid routines. So I would encourage you to find similar ways to do the same. Thanks for your support of the school. Have a great day.